Hey book nerds, what's up? It's your girl Sydney. I am back with another video. Today we're gonna review Onyx Storm. Y'all, I've got thoughts. I've got feelings. Is it worth the hype? I don't know. So, we are going to talk about all things Onyx Storm. Did Rebecca Yarros hit it? Did it flop? What are my thoughts about it, okay? We need to talk. I'm going to put it in right here that spoiler warning. I will be talking about things from Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and obviously Onyx Storm throughout this review. If you have not finished Onyx Storm, go finish it. I will be here when you get back. I'm not going to abandon you. Go finish it. Formulate your own thoughts. I don't want to be the reason you find out things that happen without you having read the book. So, I'll give you a countdown. You have 3, 2, 1. You have been warned. Everything is fair game. We need to talk about this. So, Onyx Storm. Haha. This book had me in a chokehold. I'm going to put it down because I was going to start like talking with my hands and with the book. Chokehold. Straight up chokehold. Was obsessed. I was like that friend asking all of my other friends like every 6 hours, have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet? What part are you at? Where are you? Have you gotten to this chapter? Like, just let me know if you've gotten to this chapter number yet. Like, I need to know so I know what I can talk about. I was obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie, because I thought this book was a 5-star. One of my other friends thought it was a 5-star. One of my other friends thought it was a 4.5. We rated it very, very highly. We all thoroughly enjoyed this book. I'm pretty sure my favorite character is now Broccoli, because how can you hate a cat? And Rebecca Yarros said that he's the only guaranteed safe character because she would never kill a cat. And I'm terrified for everybody else. So, let's dive into it. Got my notes. We're going to talk about it. So, book hangover is a real thing. And I was that person when I finished this that I kind of sat and stared into space at a wall for I don't know how long it was after this book. The biggest book hangover I've ever had since ACOTAR book hangover. That level of book hangover. It was intense. So, it's one of those where I began to wait for book 4, and then I understood why one of my friends wasn't going to read it until book 4 came out, because she didn't want to wait because she knew the cliffhanger that Rebecca Yarros was going to leave us on. And a part of me is like, maybe I should have waited. But part of me is also happy that I can freely scroll Instagram now because I'm not worried about it. So, this book had some answers. We figure out at one of the spots of, where is it? I don't remember which chapter it's in. But we figure out who Xaden's mom is and where she is and what she's been up to a little bit for the past 10, 12, 13 years, how many years it's been since she up and left. Since she left Tyrrendor. We meet her, we figure that out. We kind of figure out not really anything about the Venom. We learn so much about Andarna and her kind, which answered a lot of questions. Inadvertently left us with even more questions, though. Who is this last brother? Who is this new brother? Who is this new brother? How are the Urids actually involved? What are they actually able to do? Because it seems like they should be able to do more than actually letting gone. Who is this grandmother that swore off the Sorengale family? Why did her parents, they kind of said that, they wanted to dedicate her to Dune to, help heal her. But I feel like there's more to it than that. Why did Papa Sorrengail's last name change? Was it just the feminist empowerment move of, I'm going to take my wife's last name because she's a strong, powerful writer? Was he writing off his family? What's going on? But we did learn his name. We did get that answered. We figured him out. We did learn a lot about Papa Sorrengail's research. But there's just so many more questions. Where are these missing writers? What happened in the 12 hours that Violet can't remember? What exactly did she ask Imogen to do? And where exactly is Xaden and the Venom? We have no idea. And also, they're married. What? What is happening? Like, that last couple of chapters, like, threw me for a loop. Okay. So, love the book. Daddy Toast can suck a fat toe. He's still a jerk. We saw more of his true colors and his hatred of everybody. He denounced his son. He said he didn't have a son, which is hateful to Dane. Like, I love how Rebecca Yarros put it, because I was not a Dane fan. I hated him, like, just like anybody else. But then Rebecca Yarros was like, he was a 21-year-old flawed individual who trusted his dad and wanted to take care of his chronically ill best friend. When you put it like that, okay, you can't really blame the guy. But you also can, because he shouldn't have been such a twat waffle. So, but he did redeem himself a little bit, in my opinion. And can we talk about the slapper on the Isle of Luck? I don't know how to say the name, but I decided to call it the Isle of Luck, where the card he drew, he got slapped across the face and then had to say with a straight face, thank you. And that was it. That was it. Mwah. But can we also talk about Traeger dying? Because I've never had such emotional whiplash in a book where I went from laughing to crying in like 10 seconds. Terrible. We did find out Violet's second signet. It is a form of Intensic. It's dreamwalking. But I need to know more. Like, that can't be it. It can't just be what we've seen. Like, there's got to be more. There has got to be more. So, like, I want to know the extent of Violet's signet. Are the Irids truly the weapon? Where's Xaden? Who is the brother? What exactly did Imogen do? Like, my jaw hit the floor on many occasions. And I love this book so much. I'm excited for book 4. Terrified at the same time, because I know how Rebecca Yarros is. It's going to be terrible and painful. And I'm going to put myself through it 100%. So there's so many things I love about this book. Like, Dane definitely got redeemed. Like, Dane, eyes here, Atos, love him. Love him. His dad can suck a fat toe. Don't like him. But I don't think he's going to be the ultimate big bad. I think there's someone else who's going to be the ultimate big bad. I thought Theophany was going to become the ultimate big bad, but she gone. She did. She's out. I'm terrified for Taryn and Sigale. Terrified for them. I don't know if they're all going to survive, and that terrifies me. I don't know. I'm putting myself back in a book hangover. Violet showed her brilliance with figuring out the passwords to all the journals. Even though she had help, she was also wise in asking for help. How she outsmarted Xaden's mom and stepdad, basically, on that aisle for the Isle of Wisdom. Outsmarted the crap out of them. Also, Garrick almost died, but thankfully he didn't. The joke when she finally tells Riddick everything that's been going on, and he ends up pissing her off, and so she does a lightning strike, and then they run into Xaden, and he's like, Xaden, like, us didn't happen. And Xaden's like, I know, don't worry, the strike wasn't big enough. And that chef's kiss was phenomenal. So, all in all, I loved this book. This is just me rambling. I've never done a true book review like this, so thanks for being my guinea pig. Love ya, mean it. So the banter in this book was amazing. There was not as much spice in it as I thought there would be, honestly. And I'm one where I can take it or leave it. I don't care if there's spice in a book or not. This was amazing. Right here is where they're talking about Xaden's jealousy. This happens to be the part I pulled up to. Let's read a little excerpt, shall we? Did you love him? He repeats. Holy blank. I don't want to cuss so much, my hands fall from his jacket. You're actually jealous. Yes, love, I'm jealous. He places his hand over the small of my back and tugs me toward him. I'm jealous of the armor that blah, blah, blah. So when the prince of our realm walks into my classroom and starts talking to the woman I love with what can only be considered intense familiarity, and then has the audacity to ask her out right in front of me, naturally I'm going to get jealous. He brings our bodies flush. And put him into a wall? I told you I would. Back in erasure, remember? Right after I... Oh, yeah. We're not going to read that part on camera. Yeah. Right after the throne scene. The throne room scene in Iron Flame. Go leave it at that. If you know, you know. So that was phenomenal. I love Holden getting thrown into a wall by shadows, having to get carried by a giant turkey in a basket, and then, you know, it was also really gross to have him having to, like, see the head of his guard that he was probably sleeping with on the table in front of him. Yeah. I've got so many questions. We got answers. It was fun. It was witty. I don't feel like it was a filler book. Like, we needed a lot of the info dumping that happened here. But, yeah, I'm just excited to see where this goes. And also, can we just take a minute for how beautiful it is? How pretty the edges are. Is there anything fun on the inside? No, it's just standard on the inside. But, love it. Love this book. I can't wait for the next one. I don't know how many times I can say that. 5 stars, 10 out of 10 recommend this series. I always give like spice warnings and language warnings when I tell people about it, because I know people have different preferences for that kind of thing. This book, this entire series has a lot of foul language, has a lot of spice. So if that is not your cup of tea and you don't feel like trying to skip over that, which I'm notorious for doing, then I would just err with the side of caution. But love this book and can't wait for the next. All right, y'all. You have a fabulous rest of your night, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of the things. And I cannot wait to see all you book nerds in my next video. I'm torn between what I want to do. It might be a replace my screen time with reading. It might be let a spinning wheel pick how long I read for a certain number of days. It might just be a help me crush my February TBR the rest of the way. Or it could be a read with me until I catch a 5-star read, which could take a while. I do not give 5 stars very often. But if I give a 5-star this month, I know exactly which book it's probably going to go to. So, awesome. Well, this is me word vomiting all over the place and inside thoughts coming out. So, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye, book nerds.